Hi, it's time for D&D, because it is on. Let's see, what day is it? It's not only Saturday, but it's also after 2. And you know what that means? That means we're playing D&D. But first, a word from our sponsors. Have you ever had to go make a cup of tea? But then once you go to make a cup of tea, you let it steep for a while, right? But then it gets cold. Now, you know when it gets cold, nah, that's not good. That's not a good thing. However, there's a product for you. It's called tea flowers. Now this comes in the form of there's a tea bag that comes with it. Tea bag comes inside of a little flower. The flower, you turn it over, you twist it over, put it right over your tea cup, and then whoop, falls out and forms a nice canopy. A nice little 6-leafed canopy that will keep the steam from escaping, keep your drink warm. It won't cool down like that. Now, in order to get it, you just need to go to check out Rogue Funk, and you can go and pre-order it. Or you can go support the Kickstarter with Rogue Funk Tea Flowers. Now, you can use the website, or you can use the, Kickstarter. But either way, it's gonna work. You are going to get a pretty good little thing. Pretty good little product. It'll work pretty well for you. That's my opinion. It'll work well. Now, let's get it.
I'm just releasing the things that are unwillingly undead out of their misery.
Who here can give a recap of the last session?
Oh, well, it's your notes.
Last time on the Dickshot Gang Kai, our heroes awaken to the sky being in total darkness. The end figures is a legend of a worm that will devour the sun and ask the party how they should handle this. Then Yin goes up to Elvin with the Bourbon, I think it was its name, and lets him eat a feather to know its origins. Yin then sends Scarf to Rail with one of the feathers with a message, in Yin's voice, to eat it. Rail, being completely blinded, feels a gentle caress and Yin whispering into his ear to eat a feather. He has a minor panic attack. Yin sees Rail in this state and bonks him for him to see, and he is met with a diaper troll leaning over him. Elvin struggles to get the verb under control and it flies to Yin, who then goes to investigate the village. And Elvin then meets a hot zombie. Yin finds the adults in the hall listening to a priest of the sun telling the legend. Elvin is trying to get the zombie's name. Rael is dealing with the troll. Elvin slaps the zombie. We all hear a scream while both the troll and the zombie dissolve. An entity appears in the sky. Rail and Pempen fail to resist bowing at it. Then God suddenly dies and the canonical session ends. Also, the ocean's back. That's the end of the recap.
Alright. So, yes, big figure. Big. in the sky. Now, none of you remember. None of you remember.
That is correct.
Yeah, you just do not remember what happened. What happened when there was, when this happened, when it happened, that this big flaming man, no, nobody told you about this. This was not in the legends you heard. You don't remember what happened.
You sound like a guy that's about to sing some jazz.
You do not remember. You just don't. It has not occurred to you. You cannot remember ever hearing about in the legend of when the great serpent, when the great Jormungandr god went and swallowed the sun. You never heard anything about some big flaming angel with 4 wings hanging up in the sky and looking beautiful. You never heard about this in your legends. Nah, never before. Never before. Have you heard about this? Nah.
Yin assumes that since a description was never given to the guy who stopped the worm, that this is just him again, to stop him again.
Now tell me, if you think this is him, why are you not on your knees? Why are you not praising this man? That's my question for you.
Oh wait, what happened to us trying to resist being already on our knees by the worm person?
Oh, the only people who resisted were me and you, Elvin.
Yeah.
Also, Elvin is not on his knees because he doesn't get on his knees whenever Elvin summons his deity. This is like Tuesday. Like, being in the presence of a god is not new to Yin, because Elvin keeps bringing his mother around lunch for casual sandwiches.
I'm surprised that your character holds any respect for Elvin's deity, considering that they never actually, they never pull one of those, fear not kind of moves. No, I'm surprised that you actually, you know what I mean? I'm surprised you actually, believe that they're a deity, because they don't actually, do that sort of thing, right? You know, they don't, flex.
They don't, but they've smited, and Yin was pretty sure Elvin was a paladin for the longest time, so just assumes that his mother must be a deity. He also doesn't know that it's his mother, but still, semantics. Moving on to the flaming thing in the sky, Yin looks down at Rail bowing. Would this be odd behavior for Rael and Pan bowing to a deity?
No, it would not be odd for anyone to bow to a deity.
Yin shrugs and goes over to Elvin, Elvin's worshipping another deity, so I guess that would also make sense for him not to bow to this one. Yin just casually walks back off into the village to see if that pastor knows anything about the deity showing up.
Elvin joins him.
Elbean, you gonna disguise yourself again, or are you going as you?
As me.
So, where'd you say you were going? Where?
Remember when Yin went into basically a church where a pastor was telling the story of the, was it Godworm?
Yes.
Could just kill it.
He's going back there to see if he knows anything about this new deity showing up.
We see the water.
The water?
Wasn't the water rising?
Yeah, the water was slowly coming
rising.
back.
It's rising. The water's rising. But wait, but hold on. Didn't I? Wait, I thought you were already in the church. Is why I was doing such a weird accent for that pastor guy.
Oh.
I knew it sounded okay. Well, I assumed we were all like over towards like
okay.
the end area.
Now,
like by the rock.
Now let me tell you something. You never seen anything. You never seen nothing. You never seen nothing about this man. But this man flying up there. Let me tell you something. He is the one. Let me tell you something. He is the one. I don't know if you think that he's the one, but I know he's the one, and you should know that he's the one. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I can't take this guy. That accent. I can't.
He is not going to kill a pastor.
I cannot take this guy seriously.
Very close.
Like, because I'm not making fun of any one person IRL. I'm just trying to sound. I'm trying really hard to sound like.
They all sound the same.
Yeah, like. I'm trying hard to sound like a priest, but it's difficult.
Are there any small rocks nearby?
I mean, there's small statues. Why?
I need a pebble.
How big?
Was going to ricochet a magic stone off of the back, off of something behind the priest and hit him in the back of the head.
Assault the elderly. Good job. That'll surely help.
Well, I wasn't gonna throw it hard.
It's magic. It doesn't care how hard you're throwing it.
So there are a few. There's a you can use a piece of, like, you can use a gold coin for this if you want to, and I mean, there is a pot with various small orbs in it that you could also use that's nearby. Take one of those.
Get the magic stone. Elbean tries to steal the orbs.
Jim has no comment about his friend stealing from a church.
It appears to be, there's a small statue of what looks like part frog, part man, who holds up a bowl which contains small orbs. So, yeah, they're about the right size for magic stone, and so you can take some.
Like to take them all.
For what purpose?
Keep.
Okay, what are you going to do now?
I would like to, while he's doing that, I'd like to distract the pastor by asking him a few questions. Such as, what is the name of the deity that is currently in the sky, making my friends kneel, for whatever reason?
Oh yeah. You wanna know about him? You wanna know his name, huh? Well, let me ask you. You ever asked him his name? Did you go up to him and say, "Hey, yo, what's your name"? Did you say that?
No, I believe that is your job as the priest of this small village.
Let me ask you another question. You got any guesses for what his name could be? You ever heard about him? You ever heard the stories? You ever? I mean, come on. Even if you ain't from around here, which I can tell you aren't from the way you hold yourself, but even if you aren't from around here, you probably read about him. So you got any guesses? You haven't know anything? Cause
I've read fairy tales as a child about the one who cut the god worm, but it was so long ago, and those fairy tales obviously were over exaggerated.
over exaggerated, you say? Ah. Hey, listen. Maybe you don't think that they are real. Maybe you don't think that they are telling the truth about the glory of his Lord. But His Majesty has all the tools he needs. You may not know, and if you may think that they're over exaggerated. But let me tell you something. If you don't believe in His Majesty, if you don't believe in His skill, let me tell you, He won't use His skill to help you. But if you do believe in Him, then you will be able to get His assistance on your path of life. So let me tell you some more about that guy up there. His name, as far as I can tell, that's Shinkite. You ever heard of him? You ever heard of Shinkite?
Once.
Once time. Alright, one time. Alright.
What is the spelling on Shinkite, by the way?
Shinkyte. Shinkite.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, got it down. Question. All days this could have happened. Why did it happen on the one day the water was coming back to the, I guess, shores of this area? It's a little big for a coincidence.
How long have you been here?
Not long.
How long have you been
really.
traveling through here? Not long. Well, last time the water receded, well, it does this. Every 4th day it changes. It's every 4th day. Today, well, last time it retreated, it was on a while ago. You know, it's following the regular pattern. And I know what you're talking about with a coincidence. This is just the cycles. It's just the cycles of the ocean. Them ocean spirits, they regulate the sea so it moves in cycles.
I know quite a bit about the spirits of nature, but and the ones that help things flow. But quick question: does this happen all over this planet, or is it? Well, Yen wouldn't know what a planet was. Would he? Happen all over the land, or is it just in this general area?
Well, it happens as far down the coast as I've ever traveled. I've been to many places. You know, I know I've been told by some adventurers passing through here that there are other lands besides these sandy plains, but you know, I haven't traveled that far away from here. I've been quite a distance. I've traveled many weeks down the coast, but I haven't gotten to a place where I got to. You know, I've been told that there's fields of ice. You ever visited those? The fields of ice?
No, I'm more suited to warmer climates.
Warmer climates.
Fits this place perfectly.
Well, I've been told that there are great mountains that spew fire. I never seen one though.
Sounds interesting.
Now I have, however. Okay. I never been there in person, only in spirit. When I concentrate, my lord, he has taken me on quite an adventure before. I remember my spirit has seen. My spirit once I saw a tree like no other. Its trunk was so wide, it was wider than a whale is long, and its trunk, it went higher, so high in the sky that not even the clouds could reach the top. It's the biggest tree, like no tree you've ever seen before. Because I once went there so I could take counsel with His Majesty. He took me. I called for him and he took my spirit. He took my spirit, put it over there. He took me to his tree where he goes to sit and rest. He took me to his tree and I had a meeting with him. Let me tell you. And when I was out there, I looked around me. This tree is all I could see. Everything else, I saw nothing. My eyes weren't ready to see the rest of his domain. But he was gracious enough to show me this tree where he met with me. Let me tell you, if you really pray and you really got in your heart that you want to visit him, then he might take you to his tree too.
Heard talks about such a tree from acquaintances in a different land. I'm not sure you would know it, but I've never actually seen it. Do you really think he would take me there?
Well, for you, maybe. You seem good. You seem pure of heart. But your friend there, who took all my marbles. I'm not quite sure that they have what it takes. But listen, my lord will forgive everyone if they can tell them they're sorry. Not quite sure what your friend wants to do with my marbles, but my lord might have had them take those marbles for a reason. But I don't know the reason.
They're pretty.
I am truly sorry for the actions of my friend here. If I knew what was going on, I would not have let him get away with it.
Hey yo. Young blood, get over here. Let me hear about this. So you took the marbles, eh? So what you doing with them? What you trying to do?
I thought he left while I was talking to him.
Oh really?
He didn't leave.
Oh.
No.
What?
Okay.
Come on,
He was
dude!
just standing there.
Yeah, like, it would have been a smarter move for you to leave, but then you spoke up and I knew that you were there, so... Anyway. Hey, young blood, come over here. Let me hear about your story. So you got those marbles. What do they mean to you? Seen them someday? You know what they're used for?
No, they're pretty. They glow.
I mean, you can have one of them, but you gotta put... you can have one. I'd suggest you put the rest of them back. You don't need more than one. Only one of those marbles. You only need one to make a connection with him. Only one is needed.
After hearing that, he puts them all back.
I pat Elvin on the back and say, "Come on, let us go find our friends." And I try to usher him out of the church. Once I think we are thoroughly out of earshot of the priest, I whack him on the back of the head and say, "What is wrong with you? If you're gonna steal, at least look like someone else. Come on, it's basic thievery. Don't say it's the scene of a crime. It was doing so well, and then you just had to ruin it."
Okay, yeah, that's not too important right now. Look at what I can do, and then maybe this will help us actually, instead of getting mad at each other for failing at slavery. I want to cast Skywrite, and right help us.
Yin waits the 10 minutes it takes him to ritual cast that, unless he's going to waste the spell slot.
Hey, hang on, give me a second.
No, we have like friends waiting on us, right? Like they're like a foot away. They're just kneeling. Come on.
Doesn't have ritual for me.
Made me lie to a priest, and we didn't even get any benefit from it.
What did you
Forget
lie
about
on,
Scarlet. Let's
well, yeah, but I'm
just run.
But what did you lie? Like, where was the lie?
Oh, remember when I said I was sorry and ashamed that my friend would steal from them? And that I hope, and if I knew that they were doing it, I would not have allowed them to? Total lie. The whole time. I would not have been sorry. At all. Is there an @help command? Exclamation point help command for Aver? Averay? I don't know. Also, I'm pretty sure Skywrite just puts a bunch of letters in the sky, and then
well,
you
no,
have to
it's
roll
just,
like a percentile.
well, no, it's just I'm trying to figure out a reason for why you shouldn't be dead. No, I mean, you lied in a church, and by the laws of this kingdom, that will kill you. So, like, I'm trying to figure out a reason for why you shouldn't be dead. Because I actually do care, because I actually do want your character to keep adventuring, but you should be dead for that. That's the problem. And you know, and, like, your character knows this. So, like, I'm trying to figure this out, because... yeah, your character's quite important.
You wouldn't have lied in the church. You would have just distracted them like normal.
Like,
God.
well, no, you can't lie in a holy place. It will kill you. So, like, I mean, anyway, you're dead. You're dead.
Ah, man, that sucks. But the priest had been inclined to revive me since I randomly died in the church.
Once you exited, you were dissolved into mist. Well, okay, you were dissolved into shreds of holy light before a crystal dropped in the place where you were.
Oh, yet another crystal, yay.
Alvin is dumbfounded, and he just looks with shock at the crystal and picks it up and runs back to the others.
Oh yeah, thievery in a church, totally acceptable. Telling one small lie, instant death.
No. You'll see.
Probably.
Anyway. Spectator crystal.
Question. Quick question. Where's my scarf and my bird?
With you?
And killed 3 for the price of 1? Seems a bit harsh.
No,
oh well.
It's 1 stone.
They also are part of the crystal, or are they just following the crystal now?
No, they're part of it now. Anyway, so now to go switch to Yin's perspective. You find yourself sitting on the floor of a great hall. Ahead of you sits a dark cloaked figure on a throne. To your side you see many great suits of armor standing with halberds lining walls of which there are expensive tapestries and paintings set in. However, all in all, it's as if it's simultaneously brightly lit, but as if the room is also filled with a dark haze that's inky and like muck. You can only clearly see what you are looking directly at.
Okay. Hold on. My siblings are being loud. Give me a second. That should have shut them up. Okay. Let's see. And would like to... I'm sitting on the floor, right?
Yes.
And would like to stand up and ask who he is.
I am quite disappointed in what you've chosen, my nephew. You shouldn't have gone down this path. I'd told you many times that it would only lead to your downfall, yet here you are, in my domain, yet again.
Between lying and not helping a friend, I probably would have lied again.
A friend, eh? Well, it's good that you've chosen companions. You had powers, you know? Great power. Power that you never utilized. And it confuses me why you chose not to. It's right there for you.
Or just complicates things. I'd much rather have enough power to be useful to a small group of my friends than enough power to do it on my own.
And why should the grandson of a dragon need to be so humble?
Because you're too prideful and you just get annoying. And that leads to a lonely life. Also, to be honest, I never really understood the horde thing for dragons. Let's be honest, they're giant lizards. They're not going to trade, so I don't understand how gold could be useful to them. Just a big shiny rock.
You like collecting shiny things, don't you? You like having quite a big purse of gold, even if you're not spending it, right?
It's good to have in case something bad happens.
Yes, in case.
I have a lot of questions, but right now, I'm not sure any of them are relevant. Is there any way I can go back to adventuring with my friends?
No. I already gave you a second chance. Just a few days ago.
I recall. I'm guessing that was the fight with, what was it? Knight?
It was. Yeah, that was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You know what? Well, I've been fighting my friends through this crazy path we're on. You know what will happen to them without me?
They'll have no direction. They can't do anything without you.
I don't know. Rail seems pretty competent. The other two, yeah, I agree.
Yes, because... Yes. Yes. Right then. If you want to go back with your friends, then... Well, I can't send you back, but I can take your friends here.
They be dead too? Like the others?
Temporarily.
Okay then.
Now, there's an... Well, as you know, every domain has holes. Every domain has an exit where it connects to another one.
I've learned that the hard way. Multiple. Multiple times.
If you can fight...
Right,
if you can fight your way out of here, then of course you can go back to being alive. But I doubt you'll be able to. Not without your ability.
That sounds fun. I can surely try. Besides, I've gotten my way back to my dimension before. I can do it again.
Well, if you had solicited the help of Shinkite, then it would have been much easier for you.
Would have, but asking for help from people I barely know is not usually my thing.
Just because you don't... Just... Alright. I'll admit you haven't talked too much. Because I generally... Well, you know what, fine then. What you're saying makes sense to me.
Thank you.
Oh. Well, no, you didn't talk too much. I didn't give you many opportunities to. I didn't... You know, he never did live a normal life. He submitted to the will of fire too early. It was early in his life. He had a hunger for power, much like you did, but unlike you, he chose a much more violent path. And that's why you aren't as strong as he is. Sure, you wouldn't have been well liked. None of the gods would have let you into Elysium. But you would have been strong for as long as you were alive. Look at where you were when you died. Is that the place where you didn't... Did you die the way that you would have liked?
Not at all.
Power. The power that he had, he can choose how he wants to die. That is power. That is power, choosing how you want to die. But you didn't embrace your potential. Not that you're wrong for doing it, I never really gave you much of a chance, but... you know what, fine. Do you want to... Now, I'm going to ask, do you want to, do you want... Do you want to try to escape? Or do you just want to accept what's happened to you?
My friends need me, so of course I have to try and escape. In my eyes, there's no other option.
Right then. Well. Off you go.
Nod. And did he point in a direction I'm supposed to go, or?
You feel that the floor has fallen out from under you.
How
And
fun.
you land rather roughly on a black pillar. So, back to the party, the rest of the party. That figure, the Shinkite, let me call him. Yeah. You know what? You know what? The fact that his name doesn't really, I know that you probably, don't remember. I know that probably none of you, like, have any meaning associated with the name Shinkite. Like, probably. I mean, like, none of y'all players probably have heard that name before. Right?
Probably not.
Say it again.
Shinkite.
No.
Alright. Okay. Y'all haven't heard that name. Okay. I mean, like, you weren't in my previous campaigns, I don't think. Anyway, so the figure raises his wings to glide down and stand in front of you. With 2 fingers, he causes Royale and Pan to rise to their feet. Elben approaches, seeing this.
Yin is dead. Lied trying to help me, and then he was disintegrated into this rock. He holds up the rock. The stone gem.
This wouldn't have happened if you knew how to steal properly!
Oh my god!
A message
Tell
from
me.
today.
Are you going to try to avenge him somehow? Have you chosen to live a better life now? You can see what has happened for him. You see what happened?
Obi is doing everything in his power to try and get Ian back.
The Phoenix continues. And so, tell me, how do you plan on helping out your friend?
Go to the underworld and find him or something.
Does Elvin honestly think that Yin would go to hell?
There are many paths to the underworld.
He doesn't know that anything else than that place exists for the dead.
And many places that you can take, many paths.
just need to find my friend.
You need to find your friend.
Yes. He needs to return to the land of the living.
And if I told you that I was the one who sent him to the underworld, how would you respond to it?
I would attack you.
Well, in that case you will die braver than most. Go on then. Take your shot.
May I have a couple minutes to prepare?
No.
Rail just
I've
looks
seen
back
what you
at
I've
Elle.
seen what you wizards can accomplish in just a few minutes. So no, I will not give you any time to
Don't you
prepare.
dare associate me with a wizard, mister. I don't know who you think you are, but what you think I am is not a wizard.
You can't even read a spell book.
So please, I need... Hang on. I need an hour and 10 minutes.
An hour and 10 minutes.
Please.
And what would you do with your hour and 10 minutes?
I would, cause a raven to appear, and it help and make it help me.
A raven.
Raven. I think it's very fitting for me.
Alright then. I don't think that any raven could help you much. You may.
Is Rail and Pan allowed to help me?
Well, that depends. Do your friends want to die too? I assume
You are a fucked-up snob.
I assume that you mean that you all three of you want to fight. In that case, I'm wondering.
Aren't you supposed to be some force for good? Why are you killing people and then forcing people to attack you and then probably going to kill those people as well?
That's the guy who challenged him to a fight and then dragged his friends in.
It's true. You challenged him to a fight. Like...
Yeah, but he also said that he killed a friend.
Your friend has sinned.
Yeah, I sinned more.
But have you committed sin in a place of worship? You did not go in there and lie to a priest in his own
Yeah, but
church.
I stole from a priest.
But you put it
You want
back.
to die so badly, don't you?
Yeah, you put it back. Okay? You made up for it. You put it back. You put all of them back. It's fine in that case. Like...
Well, Yin doesn't deserve to die.
Whether or not Yin deserves to be held accountable for his actions of being just generally the worst person.
Like...
It's a small lie.
I wonder
Okay,
if...
just because... Listen, just because I, as your GM, do not particularly like Aemun. They do not deserve to die. I like your character design. I like your character sheet. I like the way your character would sound on paper. But I don't like, you know, I don't like them in game because they don't really like your rivalry with Yin. Elvin's rivalry with Yin used to be funny, but at this point it's just gotten to be annoying. Like,
So they made up. I didn't think that they had a rivalry anymore.
oh, okay. Well, no, I mean, even though you are generally friendly, you do still seem like you very much want to surpass him.
Oh.
Like, if you don't, and that's just the way you act, then that's fine, and I mean, I'll accept that, and I'll look at it in a different way, but I see it as Elvin's rivalry with Yin. Is it? Are you still trying hard to surpass him? Is that the reason why you're doing this?
Well, right now the only reason he's trying to revive Yin is so he can revive Yin, but yes, Elvin wants to be better than Yin.
Which is a good motivation.
I'm just gonna keep throwing spam while you guys.
Well, no. As if Yin increases in power, then you will continue trying to stay ahead of him, and you will keep getting more powerful as well, and that's a good way for the both of you to be strong enough for the plot. That makes sense. That is a good motivation. Just because I agree with your motivation does not mean that I like it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that one.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. You make sense. I just don't like that motivation. Anyway, Anyway,
Don't worry, don't worry. As long as you have that stupidly overpowered fish, we're okay. Just send nibbles after the godworm, it's fine.
It'll nibble it away.
All I'm saying is if it can pull what is basically a sand digger, it can pull a giant worm. That's the whole point of fishes.
Exactly.
But what general expression would Rail have? I'm having trouble trying not to draw a frown on his face.
That sounds reasonable.
But the problem is, with the scar added and the non-complicated eyes that I'm drawing on, it just looks like a clown that put on like half his makeup. Also, your character has a lot of details that I did not know about until I started drawing, because if I knew, then it probably would have been like the first thing I drew, since it's taking so long.
Yeah, sorry. I design characters, yeah, I like my character design.
That's fine. Like, I'm just saying, because Yin took like 5 minutes because I had a vague idea what he was wearing. Your character, I know exactly what he's wearing, so I have to struggle in putting all the fine details. So does Rail and Pan Pan have any input on the situation as Elbin just summons a giant raven, or Yin just gonna sit down and do nothing for this entire thing?
Rail's gonna be like, we're gonna die. We're gonna fucking die just because Elvin is an idiot. Why?
I mean, I always knew that Elbin would be the death of the party, but I didn't know it would happen this way.
This is what happens when we just roll with the stranger found on a dead whale god. Why did we think it was a good idea to have him on board?
Ooh, tell him our group name. Maybe he'll chuckle and spare us.
It would be even funnier.
I was muted
if the
this
party
whole
was...
time.
Wow,
Yes,
who would have thought?
Yes, Elvin, you were muted. We just assumed you were gone.
Oh.
Do you think we were just ignoring you this entire time? Because that would have
Yes,
been
I thought you
reasonable
all
to
were
do.
ignoring me.
They would never.
The way Elvin wants to go use shape water and get some water ready and hold it as a ball in front of him.
Rail's,
You had this much build up for that small little plan.
Rail's gonna walk up to Elvin and be like, do you have a death wish or something? Why drag us to this?
I want Ian back.
And for that you're going to challenge a literal god.
Well, he told me that he killed Ian.
And Pan, can you stop gloating in Discord?
Okay, so yeah, that's bad and all, but challenging a god to a fight. Why?
Take him. We can take him.
You can't even take Yin.
No, we can't.
But Elvin is
Everything-
stronger now.
The only time we've defeated something is because of nibbles.
Yeah, well, now we have Nibbles and a giant raven.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I completely see this plan going on. What's your plan exactly?
Get the raven to use its giant wingspan to stun the guy by blowing air onto him, put water on him, and then just shoot him.
Yin sits there in the whatever thing on the giant obsidian column going, like 5 minutes before they join me. 2 minutes top, Elvin becomes the new leader.
I don't even know. Why am I Why am I thrown into this mess? I didn't agree to this.
Oh,
I
this
didn't
wasn't.
agree.
Sorry, keep going.
I didn't agree to fight a god. Yes, I am in shock. I am a bit mad. But I am not crazy enough to do something like that. Alright?
Yin laid out a simple and effective chain of command, and then you let Elbin take the lead? Hey, Pan, you gonna weigh in for once, or?
Pepe's just there sitting while we are arguing. Okay, so listen. I've never taken the role of a leader before, but I do have some common sense. A thing that I think you lack of, Elvin.
You make a good point.
Of all the party members, Rail is the only person who have eaten less than every single thing they came across.
That's qualification enough for being for being the leader of the team.
Yep, apparently. That's how Yin got the job.
Rail's gonna take some time to process all of this, and then go back to Elvin and be like, okay, so I know you're not going to go back now, since I don't think this can't be thrown out now that it's been said. We're gonna go through this fight, and even if we end up dying, at least I'm not to blame. That's all on you.
Deal. I want to tell the Raven, check his eyes out.
I like how Rail assumes this is a fight and not just they're gonna splash it with water and then he's just gonna vaporize you guys from existence.
Elvin phrased this as a fight, so he's gonna do it in. So he's gonna make it, say it in terms that Elvin can understand.
Wait, can I stop, telling the Raven to peck its eyes out? I just had an idea.
You may.
Alright, I'm going to run to the church, grab a marble, say, you told me I could take one, so I'm taking one. Run back to the guy, and say, I have one of these. What does it do? As the priest said that, one marble can help you connect with him, and maybe it would avoid the fight.
Asked a lot of questions to the guy you challenged to a fight and are now trying to get out of the fight you challenged him to.
Alvin wasn't in his right headspace.
When is he ever?
No joke! When is he ever?
Never is except for now. What does he respond to the marble?
Well,
I get something to. I'm gonna
That
get something to drink.
that is a prayer bead, and you're going to need it.
Can it help us? We just want our friend back. Can we just have our friend?
You know,
That's it? No.
if I could, I like your friend, and they could do some. I actually like your friend, to be honest. But, well, they're dead.
Alright, can you tell us how to get them back? Instead of being a second stop.
Would you mind repeating that for me? I didn't quite hear you the first time.
Oh, I'm good.
Oh.
Yeah. Keep insulting the guy you're asking help from. That'll work.
Is there any way we can get him back?
Oh, yes. Yes, there are quite, there are a variety of ways you can get them back.
Would you ever be so kind to tell us one?
Well, it depends. How's your friend? What kind of condition is he in? Is he, like, you said you want your friend back. I understand he's dead, but what kind of dead is he?
Like disintegrated into crystal dead.
No, you cannot get him back from that. You see, I thought that he died from. I thought he died from a stab wound. I thought
stabbed him?
Well, I thought that something. Who?
You said that you killed him, and now that you're saying you thought he died of stab wound, are you telling me that you stabbed him?
Who says I killed him?
You said that you killed him.
Real just comes up and goes, Elvin, shut up for a moment.
And you think I killed him, really? And you think that I said that I killed him? Well, is that what you think? Do you?
It's not what I think. That's what I know.
Yes, that's what you think. All right. You think that I killed him? This is a new development.
This is not a new development. I've told everyone.
Everyone? Really? Because I just saw you. I saw you just sitting there chanting some magic words. Who are you telling? I didn't see you. Who are you talking to?
I'm just gonna put gonna cast prestidigitation and make like a neon sign above Rail's head that says "This guy."
No.
Stop implicating your friends!
Ah, such a nice trick. I haven't seen that in a while. What kind of effect is that? How'd you make it?
Sit down. Everyone sit down. I want to cast prestidigitation, make a small fire. We're sitting around the campfire. Sitting around the campfire. It all began when I was born. My village was under attack. It was set on fire. And a lich demigoddess she gave me pity and she adopted me. And when I became of age, she gave me magical powers. And during these adventures with my friend that apparently you didn't kill, I guess I'm just a lunatic, I have gotten stronger. And that is something I was able to do. It's called prestidigitation. I can create lots of different things. I can do many different things with it. You see the stick that I'm holding? Now it smells like bacon. I can do many other things as well. I just made that raven. That was something that I learned to do just today as well.
Yeah, it's a fine spell. Nice. It's just
Do you
too
like
bad
to see more spells?
It's just too bad that I have to kill you. You're entertaining.
Would you like to see more spells?
I would.
Would you like to hear more?
Oh yes, I would like to.
Alright. I want to cast Form of Dread.
Prolonging our death. He's just prolonging our demise. Nice.
Gonna cast a Form of Dread and just a golden crown forms on top of his head and two ethereal fists, giant fists also form above his head. I can do this, and as he moves his hand, the fists move as well. I can do this.
Interesting.
I can also change my face to look like anyone.
So you specialize in... Oh, it appears that you specialize in illusions, then. Very nice. Tell me... This sand here. Could you turn it into lead? Could you cause it to appear to be a block of lead? Could you do that? Would that be possible with your magics?
I cannot do this, but I will use shape earth, mold earth, I mean, to make it, difficult terrain, then make it change colors, make it say, hi there, make a picture of yin, make different triangles and a pattern, and then pick it up and then move it 5 feet away. And turn it into lead. I can do this.
Oh.
Well, I'm trying to save your life.
Interesting. Ground manipulation. Very interesting.
You can also do this. I'm going to get some water because
I finished the drawing.
ocean. That's nice.
It's very
I'm trying to
accurate.
save our lives.
It's very accurate.
Looks just like me.
That's how it's gonna be in a moment.
Yes, it's pretty accurate. I'm going to turn the water into ice, then make it very clear, then make it almost completely opaque. Change it to the color red. Hang on. I'm going to turn it into a circle, then make it to like go in little shapes by moving it around, animating it. And then I'll deposit it with the sand 5 feet away.
Is Aemun applying for that guy's court jester position, or?
Rail and Pan, I suggest you leave.
Rail just walks away, just continuing to say phrases such as, Is it too late to get all my sins cleansed? Is it too late to be forgiven? Can I just walk away from this and not have to deal with this? As he keeps walking away from me.
I can do this. I cast Expeditious Retreat, and I'm just running around him super fast. And is Pan just sitting there? I can speak and understand any language. I can make people bow to my every whim. And that's just about it. Also, I cannot be frightened. I can't be scared. That's most likely why we're in this situation.
So Elvin single-handedly basically disbanded the party.
Really?
Rail's gone. Yin's dead. Like,
And if you can perform such feats of magic, and you can tell that I am a figure of great magical power, then why have you not tried to make a deal with me? Do you already have someone who... Have you already made a pact?
Yes, I have. It's my mother.
Your mother?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure we can arrange a couple of things if you wanna, you know, me a little something, something.
are you trying to get a god to bribe you? Like,
It's reverse psychology. He's trying to get a bribe.
You know, I can't make a pact with you if you already have made a pact. with another entity, even if it is your mother, right? And though if you're as strong as you are, your magic, is it innate, or did you receive it in return for something during this pact?
I received it in return. Without her, I'm nothing. I'm just a guy who can use a crossbow. Oh. Without her, I'm weak.
I want to make something clear that because this small village is as small as it is, I figured that
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to go in 4 minutes.
Me and Pan have to go. Our parents got home and they're taking us somewhere. Also,
Alright.
this entire time, like during the conversation Elvin's been having, Yin's just going, I guess Rail's leading them better than I thought.
Yeah, give me your hand, why don't you? Just let me... I want to test something.
Elvin raises his hand.
Okay, I gotta go now.
Okay.
Have fun. Just put me in later, Rail, I guess, in the thing.
Yes. He takes your hand before he closes his eyes for a moment. And you feel your eyelids grow heavy as you close them. Before they snap open as you hear a jingle of chains. You find your mother kneeling on the ground, shackled with chains of a light blue metal, and attached to a collar, the chain that this flaming man holds.
What did you do to her?
I'm going to end the session. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to end the session on that.
That was
Anyway,
eventful.
thank you all who have come here to watch. I hope that you'll come back to watch another episode of this next time, and I also make sure to go and pre-order the tea flowers from Rogue Funk. Use code SHADOW for